All right, it is Friday, the 21st of August, 2026, and I'm gonna vlog as much as I can today. Currently, I am on my way to the chiropractor, which is actually very good timing today because I think I slept wrong like 2 days ago, and my neck has been stiff ever since. I got through back day because it happened the same morning I had backlash. I had an off day yesterday. I'm training shoulders today, so hopefully Jeff can get my neck back in order, and I'll probably get my traps and triceps scraped out and feel good before hitting the gym. And just, I don't know if a lot of people don't know, but the best time to actually go to the chiropractor is right before the gym, because you get everything back in line, and then the muscles can kind of fall back into order and be retrained back in a better pattern after you've been to the chiropractor. So if you're somebody that goes to a chiropractor, try to go before you go to the gym instead of after the gym. But you know, depending on how your schedule lays out or whatever, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But yeah, we have, like I said, we have shoulders today. I'm gonna spend this afternoon shooting some content. I have to catch up on the Lanterns DC show. I've heard it's good, and my buddies have been blowing up because all of them have all watched it, and I'm the only one that hasn't watched it yet. I meant to watch it yesterday, but I got busy cleaning the bathroom, my room, and organizing some stuff. And overall, just felt it needed to be a late. And I spent way too much time. I had to go get my car from the mechanic, and I stopped by a buddy's house that lives like an hour and a half away, because he wanted to give me some supplements he wasn't using. It was actually my roommate for the academy, and this dude went from not taking any supplements. No, I take that back. He was taking like fish oil and BCAAs and like multivitamin, and by the end of the academy, I had this guy, because he would just ask, and I would just tell him, you know, my honest truth. This guy was taking like 20 different, he was taking like 2/3 of the supplements I was taking, and he started taking some peptides. And the first one I had him take was the Wolverine stack, because he has degenerative knees, and he was having real issues with the running portion of the academy that we had to do, the 1 mile and 2 mile and all the sprints on concrete, because he was just causing a ton of inflammation to his knees. So I started with the Wolverine, and like 2 weeks later, his knees felt like they did 10 years ago. I think Randy's like 37 now, and this is the former Marine, so he's somebody that's not adverse to the amount of conditioning that we had to do. But I think part of that degeneration came from when he was in the Marines. But his knees felt much better. So he asked me if there's any weight loss or anything else he could take, and so I gave him some education, and then I gave him some options, and I let him decide what he wanted to do. And that's normally how I treat people. Normally when people ask me about supplements or peptides, I normally start off saying what I have to say by giving them education on it, because if they knew more than me, they wouldn't be asking me in the first place. So I normally give them some education on it, and then I give them my personal, real life, first-hand experience and experience I've had with clients and other people I've helped. Then I give them options, and then I just tell them, you know, hey, you make the choice. I'm not going to tell you what to take. If you ask me what is something good, and normally when people do want to start something, I always start them on just one thing, and then I let them build after 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks, 3, 4 months, after they've ran something, whether it's supplement or a peptide or hormone replacement. I let that one thing work, and then more times than not, when that thing has worked, then they come back and ask for something else. And I feel like that's always the best approach to give somebody. You give them education, you give them real life data, and then you let them make the choice. Because at the end of the day, you put something in your body, it's your choice. I'm never going to convince you that you need something. And every once in a while, I'll have an actual legitimate client come to me, and we've already changed their lifestyle. We've already got them eating better for 3, 4, 5 months. We've already obviously got them consistently training better. And then they're like, hey, like, I feel like my progress should be better. Or I feel like I could do this. Or they're already complaining about something. I'm like, well, let's go see what your blood work says, because your blood work oftentimes gives great insight of what may be off and what may be going wrong. So from there, I normally tell them, like, hey, your blood work shows your hormones are off, or your lipids are off, or your cholesterol is off, or whatever. And I can give them recommendations based on that, or I could send them to a doctor or a practitioner to get pharmaceutical help if that's what they need. And that's normally often like a 6 to 8 month process or journey from like them starting with me to them starting or actually feeling optimal. And doing it progressively like that versus telling people a 30 days is this, a 60 days is this, a 90 days is this. I feel like it's much more sustainable, because you should set people up to have long-term success and not just giving them a quick fix, because they're more likely to fall back into that bad habit or that bad state of being if they're just dealing with a quick fix. But yeah, I'm not at the chiropractor yet. I had one stop before that, so when I get to the chiropractor, I'll show you the office. I'm not going to show my appointment because I don't think Jeff likes being on camera. But we'll be headed off to the gym right after the chiropractor. One reason I like to do drop sets and supersets, but really more drop sets and strip sets as intensifiers, because as you get deeper into prep, especially once you get under 12 weeks, from day to day, workout to workout, week to week, your top end strength just isn't going to be there. on a per workout basis. So a great way to keep progress moving forward, because not all progress is directly linear, is to add intensifiers. And drop sets and supersets are a great way to add intensity and overload the muscle especially without straining your joints. Because a lot of times when you start drying out and start leaning out, your joints to be more susceptible, lead to tendonitis and just overall joint and ligament pain, which you don't want, because the softer you train, the worse your physique is going to look on show day. So if you want to keep training hard, try adding drop sets and strip sets in your workout, especially when you're in caloric deficit, to continue to add intensity and progress as you get deeper in prep.